Hi, this is Wendy with Budget Pumpkin, and today we're going to take our monthly budget that we made in our earlier videos, and we are going to apply that information to our paycheck budget for September 23rd, 2022. I did film all of the cash stuffing, but the video was like twice as long as what I wanted it to be. So this video that I'm going to upload now is for our paycheck budget. The next video that I upload, I did promise cash stuffing on my channel, so the next video will be, I'm going to unstuff our weekly binders and envelopes, and then I will restuff them. And actually this budget is goes in the middle of that video, but it was just way too long to film all at one time. So I hope you stick around and enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to Budget Pumpkin. My name is Wendy and welcome to my channel. On this channel, we're going to talk about things like budgeting, cash stuffing, planning, dealing with debt, savings challenges, and everything that you could want to know about budgeting. And you're going to be with me on my journey to become debt-free. So if this is something that you want to look into, please tap subscribe and like and comment on this video, and thank you for being here. Okay, welcome back. So there are a few things that I use when I budget for the month. So first of all, this is our we filled this out in another video, but these are our monthly budget goals. So every month, these are all the bills that have to be paid, the credit card payments, we have our subscriptions. This would be anything like that's monthly or yearly, like our Costco membership, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. And in this, I put each month, there's about $380 in here for things that I forgot about. Some of our subscriptions, like I know that we have them, but, and I'm putting money aside for them, but we actually sign up for a yearly subscription. And this also goes kind of hand in hand with our sinking funds. So right now our driver's license and car plates, I'm saving $30 a month for those. But there's other sinking funds that we're going to need, medical, stuff like that. We're still trying to figure out how much we're going to spend with me getting a new job and new insurance. We have new deductibles, new things that we need to pay. So that's what this $380 a month that I forgot about, it's to cover these two. So my goal for subscriptions and sinking funds combined is a total of $600 a month. Our sinking funds that we get out in cash. So these sinking funds stay in the bank. These sinking funds down here, this is what we're going to stuff our cash envelopes with. We are not a month ahead, so I don't feel comfortable pulling all of our bills out of the bank and all the cash to stuff it to return it, because we do have auto drafts. Okay, so these sinking funds are what we take out in cash. Gas, $200, $100 for each week. That's combined. Typically I get 16, he gets 40. Groceries, $100 a week, so we take out 200. He gets $110 for spending, and I get 95 for spending. We both set our own amounts of what we wanted to spend, so we're each comfortable with the number that we have. This is $605 every 2 weeks, but I want to make sure that I'm saving for the extra weeks. So if you get paid monthly, you don't have to worry about this, or bi-monthly, right? Because if you take money out by check, but realistically, if you're paid weekly or bi-weekly, so $605 times 26 paydays is $15,730. Okay, and if we take that number and we divide it into 12 months, that's $1,311 here. So we need to be setting aside that. I'm not going to worry about the dollar typically, because this adds up to $1,210 a month, and this is $1,311. I don't worry about the extra dollar, but I want to make sure that I get the $1,310 out. I save that $50, so then when we have, at the end of the year, when we have the extra basically month worth of weeks the extra 2 paychecks, it covers that. Although I tried to do it without doing this, and I was shorting myself money every month, because some months, the way it works out, it's kind of like when you get paid bi-weekly, you have 2 months that have 3 checks. So we're going to have 2 months where I'm going to need more money than this. So we saved the $13.11. So our planned income is $6,400 a month. Okay. And so if we take all this, so we take our income less our bills, our credit card debt payment, these two, which is this, our subscriptions and our sinking funds that stay in the bank, and then our cash spending money. At the end of the month, we should have $134 left. Now, that being said, you have to look at cash flow. So the first thing that I do when I look at cash flow is, this is set up for this week, okay? And I have set this up so that you see our monthly bills, which came from our monthly sheet, right? So those numbers came from here. Those are our goals of what we want to have, okay? So all told, everything added up that we need to spend and budget for is $6,266, $3,133 per pay. So this is half of a month's expenses. Now, what we're going to do, I've pre-filled in pretty much all the bottom parts. All of our subscriptions for this check is $270. If it's the first check of the month, this is $300, and I have nothing here. This is our driver's license and plates, $30. So these two together add up to $600, which is what we wanted to get for number 4 and number 5. Our sinking funds, everything that we're spending plus our month ahead is $655. So this is all filled in down here. This is the stuff that pretty much doesn't change. But when we get to bills and to debt, what we have to do is we have to make sure that we're covering from one check to another, because we're not a check ahead. And this is the reason why people are always saying get 1 month ahead on your bills, because it'll make a huge difference in your budgeting, and it really does. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this, and I've taken like the end of September and then into October, because we got paid on the 23rd. Today's the 23rd. We're not going to get paid again until the 7th of October. So basically anything from the 23rd all the way down to here, we're going to have to cover with this paycheck. And so I want to make sure that we have enough money from this paycheck to cover all of that. Because if your bills aren't evenly balanced in the month, you could have a heavier load in the front, and then you're always short, and then it's not easy for cash flow. So the first bill that we have, so here on the 25th, and I always write my dates down, but on the 25th we have our mortgage, and that's $1,100. On the 27th, we have credit card number 9. And our payment on that is $100. And then on the 30th of the month, we have credit card number 10. And that's also $100. And this has a star by it, and I am going to start here as well. If we go back to our monthly budget, this is credit card number 10, has the lowest balance and one of the highest interest rates. So we are going to focus on paying this card off first. So any extra money that we may have that we want to put towards debt, we are going to go ahead and do that. And then this is it for September Now we're going to go to October. October 1st, we have our internet bill. And that's $90. And I have to color code everything. That's just how my brain works. So hopefully this helps somebody besides me. On the 2nd, we have to pay credit card number 1. And that is $650. On the 5th, we have to pay our gas and electric bill. And that is $250. And I do want to say, I said this on my other budgeting video. So this is everything we have to cover until the 7th. I said this on my other budgeting video when we were setting up our monthly income, or our monthly budget. These are our real numbers. These numbers I'm showing you, I don't have time to make up a fake budget. You're here through my journey, through our credit card debt. We are over $50,000 in credit card debt right now. We're owning that debt. There's various reasons why we have it. Like I said, there's a whole video that I did on debt when I explained our situation of being out of work, being in school. All the things just kind of all came to a head. That's where we are. We're owning it. We're working on it, and we're going to pay it off. So if we total these up right here, I'm going to do like a subtotal here. So I'm start with the credit card. So this is $850. Now, if we look at right here, we have $850 here total, right? But, and this is box number 3. Okay, so for box number 3, a half a month is $950. So if I only put $850 towards these credit cards in the second half of the month, we're going to be short $100, right? Because all my credit card payments equal $1,900. So next week or next paycheck, our credit card payments are going to be $1,050, which they are. I've already done I've done this exercise. I go out a few months on it. So I kind of know what I'm doing as far as where we're at with what's going to be short and what's going to be over. So I have to save extra money for my next paycheck so I can make those credit card payments. And this is where cash flow comes in, right? Save for next pay, $100. Now my total in this box is $950. This $950 matches what we need to have here. Okay. Now, if I didn't do that, I might take this money and I might put it into savings challenges or something else, or save it some other way. And so if you find that you're like, oh my gosh, I have all this extra money, I'm going to put it in my savings challenges, and then next check, you're pulling the money back out of your envelopes because you have a situation, cash flow is probably 99% the problem. Okay, if you've done all the work, you've figured out your monthly and everything. This subtotal here is for our bills. So we've got $1,100 for the mortgage, $90 for our internet, and $250 for our gas and electric. So this total number is $1,440. Now, I'm not that good at math. I do have a sheet that I've already pre-filled. That I already did for me so I could get my money out of the bank. This is to show you. Now, if we look at this here, we have to pay $1,440 worth of bills. But we only really budgeted for box 2, $1,228. So we're over budget in this category. So I'm going to subtract that just so I know. And that is $212. So we are over budget here by $212. Now there's a couple different ways that we can handle this. I guess you could take and borrow this, right? but then that's not covering your credit card, so then you're going to have money coming out of here next. I could borrow it from here. Remember, I save an extra $380 in my subscriptions per month just in case anything happens. I can't really take it out of my cash spending. Those are things we spend every week. Or I can take it from income. So now is a good time to fill in what we brought in. So his check was actually short. Okay, and my check is actually over. All total, we brought in $3,478.65. So what I did was, in order to cover this spending here, because we only need $3,133, right? I'm going to take it out of our surplus. Okay, so we had an income surplus. I'm going to use that to fill this. Okay, so the total here is, this 212 is our overspending, over budget. I'm covering that with extra income. Now, we might not always have this choice. We might be tight. We might have a slow week at work or whatever. So we may not always have this choice, but I feel like if I put this in now and then we can kind of maintain it, I shouldn't, in theory, have to do this again. Okay, so our total here is $1,440. Our total here is $270. Now, we still have extra money to spend here. So what I did was, in the bank, I saved a little bit of extra money. Just to make like the numbers even, I put $28.65 here. So the total for this box, number 5, is $58.65. I just didn't want to have to deal with change and odd, weird dollar bills getting that out of the bank. So this is actually just going into our savings account. It's going to be like a working on our emergency fund type of thing. Because, well, we'll talk about our blessing, but at the point that I did this budget, we do not have a $1,000 emergency fund, and I would be a lot more comfortable if we had our $1,000 emergency fund. So this is supposed to go towards that. Then down here, our deal, you know, when you're on a budget and everything's tight, sometimes you feel like super stretched, super, this is psychology, you feel super restricted, right? So when you feel restricted about something or it doesn't feel comfortable, you tend to not want to do it. So what we had our little budget talk, and husband and I, and so we decided that when we made extra money, if there's extra money above and beyond, the first $100 was going to come to our envelopes. So that's like our reward. If we have extra money, it's because we worked overtime typically, or we have a side hustle and we have some hustle money or something like that. So the first up to $100, $50 each, goes into our envelopes. So extra money to hubby, and extra money for wifey. So we get 50 and 50. And then I actually took $5. I suppose I could have left $5 up here, but I had like a random $5 bill, so I put it here just to I don't know, for whatever I can. I'll probably put it in the dog envelope. You guys saw me unstuff that. I'll get him some little treats. They actually had at the store, I saw them, they were pumpkin spice treats. So I need to get those for him. Okay, so now we have all of our boxes filled in, and this is where we're going to check our math. Okay, so here, so we have the 34, 78, 65. That was our income. And then from that, we subtract all of our expenses. So we have our $14.40 for our bills, our $950 for our debt, our $270 for subscriptions. This is $58.65. And box number 6 are $760. And this $760 is what we're going to cash stuff. All of our total expenses are $34.78.65. That gives us a balance of 0. We operate on a cash zero-based budgeting system. So every single dollar that comes in gets some sort of job. It could be a savings job. It could be paying the bills. It could be paying a credit card. Whatever job it gets a job. It has a purpose. Even if its purpose is to put it into a place where it says, I forgot to budget for, because I do have that in my digital envelopes. So typically all of this up here is managed with my digital envelopes in a software called You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short. And then we manage our sinking funds in our cash ones ourselves. The reason why I chose to pull out gas, groceries, and then our spending money, which includes like our eating out and Starbucks and things like that, is because those are the items that need to be controlled the most. It's super easy to swipe that credit card, forget about it. This makes us accountable. So I like doing this. So we're going to take this information now, and we're going to use that to restuff our cash wallets.